This whole story would start a few days after the end of the Tournament of Power. Goku, after that big tournament, would realize that there are many strong beings in this world. I really thought I was strong, but it's still not enough. That tournament made me open my eyes. Meanwhile, Gohan. After the Tournament of Power, he questioned a lot of things. If it wasn't for my father, maybe this universe wouldn't exist. I really couldn't do much in that tournament because of my great weakness. Now that I realize I didn't have to stop training, if I was stronger, I could protect Videl and Pan. What if one day my father isn't there to protect us? I have to become stronger no matter what. Videl, I'm going out for a while. I'm going to visit my father.
It's okay, Gohan, but don't come back so late.
Gohan flew out of his house to go to his father's house. Goku was eating with Goten. Chi-Chi, the food you make is so good that I can't stop eating it. Gohan was knocking on the door. Father, I've come to visit you. I want to tell you something. I have been thinking these last 3 days. Gohan came out of the house with Goku to tell his father everything he had been thinking. Goku, with a serious face, said, I didn't think this day would come. I thought you had already retired from the world of martial arts, but it's never too late. Don't worry, in a short time, and with the potential you have, you'll become strong very fast. Meanwhile, in the universe of the god Vermouth, Vermouth was sitting quietly when suddenly his angel Margarita informed him of something. Tell me, what is going on?
I shouldn't get into this, but don't you think that the mortal of Universe 7 was very reckless with this tournament? Thanks to him, you could feel what it feels like to be eliminated by Roseno-sama. Tell me, you liked not feeling anything for a few minutes?
Of your mouth, who was sitting down, pounded the table shouting like this. No need to remind me. It's been the worst feeling of my life. Besides, I'm sure the other gods are very upset. Vermouth would have called the god Beerus to inform him of his discomfort. Mr. Beerus, you have received a call. What's up? There are 3 gods that have called me on the same day. Apparently it's the god Vermouth. I answer my call. Tell me, what's up? I don't know if the other gods have told you something, but I think the saying, Goku doesn't deserve to be alive, after the humiliation he put us all through. Don't you think he was too reckless? In the world of the gods, that is something that cannot be forgiven. The great Zeno-sama, as if nothing. If they keep him alive, I don't know what could happen to existence itself. It is better to eliminate the plague from the root. The root of this plague and catastrophic situations are caused by the saying Goku. Besides, he brought another Zeno-sama. We already have enough with one, and now there are 2. So you suggest we eliminate him? That's right. My idea is to go to your Universe 7 with 2 other gods to finish it, who will let you know when we finish it. It's okay, but keep it between us. I don't know what could happen if the great Zeno-sama finds out about this. Vermouth would have closed the call with god Beerus. Vermouth's god would let out a laugh. It was about time. The god would have left his universe along with his angel to go to Earth with 2 other gods. These gods were Quitala and the god Champa. The 3 would have headed to Earth at high speed, while Goku was talking to Gohan. A loud explosion would be heard. Dende, who was sleeping, would wake up quickly, just like Piccolo. Both would feel a strong ki. Because my body is shaking, I feel the ki of 3 very strong gods. Ki's 3 gods of destruction are on Earth. The 3 gods would have arrived at Goku's house. You guys are... What are you doing on Earth? Father, I feel that these guys don't have good intentions. So you were the person that defeated my warrior Jiren? Without that transformation, you don't look so strong. Tell me, what do you want? What are you doing here? Are you looking for trouble? We are not looking for trouble. The only thing we are looking for here is your death. Saying Goku, you were a threat to everyone. These 3 gods would begin to raise their power enormously, thus making planet Earth tremble. The other Z-warriors would have woken up after having this great tremor. Then they, together with Piccolo, would arrive at that place. I know you are gods of destruction. We are not looking for any kind of trouble, so you can leave here quietly. I would appreciate it very much. You're joking, midget. We won't only leave until the mortal Goku dies. You better stay away, I'll take care of them. But Goku, you are crazy, they are gods. That does not matter. I will not give up my life so easily. Goku would go to his transformation as Super Saiyan Blue. For later launch himself against these gods. The three gods would throw themselves against Goku, thus starting a fight of fists and kicks. Goku was trying to dodge the blows of these three gods, but it was very difficult for him. Father, I will not leave you alone. I will also help you. Gohan would use his transformation as Super Saiyan 2. So he would throw himself against Quitella to leave his father against these two gods. Boy, it is a mistake that you've interfered in our fight. You're only an ant. The god Quitella would give a strong blow to Gohan. So he would put his two arms to try to stop the blow, but his bones would break slightly. The Hakai energy ball would go against Gohan. Goku would try to help his son, but those two gods wouldn't let him. But when the energy ball was going against Gohan, Piccolo would have put himself in front of it to enter the energy ball. Piccolo, he was suffering a very painful torture. I can't take it anymore. Gohan, you have to keep living, whatever it takes. You heard me? Piccolo's body was shattered by that ball of Hakai energy. Gohan shouted loudly, Mr. Piccolo, it can't be possible, because you didn't have to lose your life like that. From Gohan's body, a few lightning bolts would come out, thus using his mystical force. What you did to Mr. Piccolo, I won't forgive you. Gohan would launch himself against the gods, thus inserting a blow in his stomach. This blow would make the god retreat. That blow hurt me a lot. Gohan would hit the god again and again. This young man became faster and stronger. I'll have to use my 5%. The god would instantly increase his power, thus stopping Gohan's attacks with great ease. The god would start squeezing Gohan's arm hard. Understand that a mortal can never be a god. The god would grab Gohan's face and then give him a little punch on the neck that would make Gohan fall to the ground, thus losing his transformation. He could barely keep his consciousness active. The god would start to step on Gohan. Goku, seeing this, would try to help his son again, but he could not do anything. I can't allow my son to be humiliated in this way. Goku would charge a Kamehameha. Thus throwing it to the two gods, that they would deflect the attack to create a ball of Hakai energy, the two of them together. I am not able to use the Ultra Mastered Instinct. Even though I want to activate it, it doesn't activate. That would help me a lot at this moment. The only option I have is to escape with my son from this place. I know it's humiliating, but I have no other choice. It's worse to lose my life of those gods. Goku would activate the Kaioken 15 times, so the veins in his body would start to come out. This mortal thinks that by increasing his power, he can beat us? What an idiot. The god would throw the Hakai energy ball at Goku, but Goku would take advantage that his power had increased in order to move at great speed. Goku would give a strong kick to the god Quitella that would make him back a little. You insolvent, how dare you! Goku would grab his son's clothes to carry him in her arms, and then fly at great speed. Father, what are you doing? You know that if you use the Kaioken in such a way, your ki will suffer great consequences in the future. But Gohan, I can't do anything. I can't let them eliminate us. The god Quitella was chasing Goku, while the other gods were using mental power in order to move the Hakai ball, energy ball at will. Goku would start flying all over the earth. I don't know where we can hide and my power is running out. Then they would shout, hide in the time chamber. Maybe I can do something to change the dimension. Quitella it away. I would think that Brat doesn't have the power to change dimensions. Goku would quickly fly to Dende's temple to enter with his son to the time chamber. Dende would mentally try to change the dimension so they wouldn't be affected by the Hakai energy ball. But in spite of his attempts, he couldn't do anything. The ball of Hakai energy would impact against the Chamber of Time, thus turning it into ashes completely. There was nothing left of what was that ruin. The whole place would go up in flames, while Vermouth and the other god would arrive in order to try to feel Goku's ki. But in spite of their attempts, they could not feel it. Apparently that mortal has died, and his son was also affected. It is a pity, but he got into our fight. I think our work is finished here. It will be better for us to retire, we have nothing to do here. The three gods would leave the planet Earth, thinking that the place had become ashes. When a mortal dies with the power of a god, his soul doesn't go to heaven or hell. They simply become nothing. Who was on Beerus's planet would think, why can't I feel Goku's ki? Has he died? No, that cannot be possible. Maybe Lord Beerus has done something. I know that as an angel I should report it to my father, but he hasn't done anything. Bad, the job of the gods is to destroy things that are not right. Whis would go to Beerus's room to tell him what I had felt. Apparently the saying Goku has lost his life. Beerus would get serious. So you managed to find out what happened? Are you going to say something? I'm not going to say anything. That is not a matter for me to get involved. After all, Goku is a problem. On Earth, all the Z-Warriors would be very worried for not being able to feel the presence of Goku and Gohan. Vegeta would say, what the hell is happening in Kakarot's house? Because it is a mess. I cannot feel his ki, neither the ki of his son. Thanks to the fight that Goku had with those gods, his house would be torn to pieces, leaving only rubble. Goten,
who could not assimilate what was happening, would have taken out the body of his unconscious mother.
Vegeta would ask Goten what had happened to the place, but Goten would not answer why everything had happened so fast.
Mr. Vegeta, because I cannot feel the ki of my brother or the ki of my father.
That's what I ask myself. Besides, that's not the only ki I cannot feel. I cannot feel the ki of Piccolo either. Dende, who had some injuries, would have gone on to clarify everything. I know what happened to the two of them. Dende would tell everything happened to the Z-Warriors. Everyone would have been very surprised. Vegeta, he would clench his fist. How dare they? Really, Kakarot and his son were eliminated from existence by those three gods. Bulma searches for the Dragon Seers. I need answers. I can't believe this is happening. Meanwhile, in the chamber time, Gohan was almost unconscious, thus losing his vision little by little. Goku would have fallen to the ground, thus losing his transformation to return to his base state. Gohan would say with his little strength, Father, this place, don't tell me it's the time chamber. Father, don't tell me this place is the time chamber. That's right, Gohan. Samurai achieved entered in this place. Outside a loud explosion was heard. Goku and Gohan would have fainted both together by the brutal energy drain that these two Saiyans had. The two did not know that they had been trapped in that place until more than 5 hours would have passed. Gohan would be the first to wake up, since Goku still had internal injuries from using the Kamakin at such a level. My head hurts a lot, and even my wounds have not finished healing. But I have to leave this place. I need to know how Videl and the others are. Maybe those gods have already left the Earth. Gohan would walk to the door of the time chamber, but when he tried to open it, it was totally closed. Damn, this thing does not open. I have no other choice. Gohan would throw a small ball of energy towards the door of the room, so thus destroying it completely. But when he did, he would get a terrible surprise. There he would find nothing on the other side. He would only find the same dimension, a totally white place without any noise. It can't be possible. Don't tell me that. We're locked in this place. Those damned gods. I will not allow this. Gohan would have transformed into a Super Saiyan, thus increasing his power as much as he could, but in spite of doing so, the place would remain exactly the same. Goku, who was on the floor unconscious, would have felt the power that his son was expelling. Gohan, what's wrong? Father, I've increased my power as much possible and the room is still as if nothing. Let's try both together. Goku and Gohan, even though they were hurt, would use the Super Saiyan 2 both together. In the white space, a bright yellow light would be seen, But in spite of increasing their powers, the room was still as if nothing. Goku would lose the transformation of the Super Saiyan 2 to fall to the ground, and then spit some blood. Apparently my power is not recovered yet. Father, you better rest. The humiliation that those gods did to us, I will make them pay for 1,000 times over. I hope my daughter and Vidal are well. Son, from what I see, we will stay here for a long time. Instead of seeing this as a curse, we should see it as a blessing. A few hours ago, you told me that you wanted to have more power than you already have. I'm sure that maybe in a year, we can find a way to get out of here. If you say so, Father, I guess you're right. Goku and Gohan would start to train in that room. That way, spending more than a year, Goku would have managed to perfect the mastered Ultra Instinct to 20%, while Gohan would have achieved the transformation of Super Saiyan 3. Goku would think, my son is incredible. In just 1 year, he has achieved such power. Without a doubt, he is a prodigy. Father, a year has passed so fast. How will things be outside? Gohan, let me see your new power. After fighting, we will leave this place. Gohan would transform into Super Saiyan 3, while Goku into Super Saiyan Blue. Goku would approach Gohan at great speed to give him a strong punch in the face, but Gohan would dodge it and then get behind him and kick him in the back. Goku would back up a little and then throw several energy balls at Gohan. He would start to move around the time chamber. Father, if you want to defeat me, you'll have to do more than that. Gohan would start to move extremely fast in order to create clones of himself. These 3 clones would throw themselves at Goku, so the 3 would give a strong blow to Goku. As Gohan can move so fast, Gohan would start to hit his father extremely fast. Goku would start to cover with his 2 hands to concentrate. I guess I'll use this. I think it's not necessary, but to motivate my son, I have to use my maximum power. Goku would change to his mastered Ultra Instinct form, thus grabbing Gohan by the neck. The 2 illusions created by his speed would have disappeared instantly. What's up, son? That's all you have? That's all you've trained for a year? But you want to take revenge on those gods? Silence, father. I'm not weak. Gohan would expel even more power, so these 2 would have had a clash of fists, thus creating a strong air current. Gohan would jump backwards and throw a Kamehameha to his father. Goku in the same way would change a Kamehameha. The 2 energy powers would collide. Gohan exerted great ki in his technique as well as Goku. But despite Gohan's attempts, his Kamehameha was losing power more and more. I will not give up yet. Gohan's technique would grow a little more, but Goku would only laugh. To use 10% of the total power of the Master Ultra Instinct. Thus, the Kamehameha Gohan was about to hit on, but Goku would use instant teleportation to get his son out of there. The 2 energy would explode, but despite the strong explosion, the place would still be intact. That would leave a lot of thinking in Goku's head. Normally the room, even if we are locked in, if it receives that level of power, it would have exploded. Maybe our power is not enough to get out of here. Gohan would lose the transformation. Father, I'm very tired. The Super Saiyan 3 is a transformation that wears you out a lot of your power. Gohan, that's because you haven't controlled it very well yet. Let time pass. But for now, I want to see if I can get out of here. Goku would increase all his power, thus managing to use 20% the power of the mastered Ultra Instinct. Gohan would be very surprised with the power that his father was expelling, but despite being more than a minute increased his power, the room would continue as if nothing. Gohan, seeing this, would have entered a mental crisis. What if we can't get out of this place? I don't want to be trapped here forever. I have a daughter, a wife. Gohan, don't be so negative. You keep training. I promise you that someday we will get out of this place. Meanwhile, on Earth, flashback of a day before. Vegeta, after Kakarot lost his life at the hands of the gods of destruction, he would ask Bulma to look for the Dragon Seers. Bulma, after a few hours, would have gathered them all, so the 7 spheres would begin to shine with great force. The sky would become dark to several rays.
Great Dragon Shenlong came out of there and complies my wish.
An imposing dragon of green scales would have come out of the spheres.
Tell me what your wish will be. I can only fulfill one wish.
Shenlong Dragon, I want you to tell me if Goku and his son Gohan have lost their lives.
That is your wish? It is very easy to fulfill.
Shenlong would start searching every possible corner of the world of the dead, and apart from that, he would also search all the planets. But in spite of searching, he would find nothing.
I can't feel the vital energy of Goku or that young Gohan. Most probably, they were eliminated by the power of the gods, or they were erased from existence itself, since there is no other explanation. That's all.
Shenlong, there is no more.
Tell me one quick thing. Is there any way to revive people if a god eliminates them?
In the multiverse, there are several divine laws. These are made up of 12 laws. And one of those laws, especially Law 6, it says that no being apart from the high-ranking ones can revive living beings eliminated by a god, since those people become cosmic dust. My power as a dragon is not even above the weakest high-ranking beings. It is all that my power allows to speak. Without further ado, I say goodbye.
The spheres would have been shattered above the earth, thus being turned into stone. Vegeta would say, so what he didn't want to happen happened. Kakarot and his son were eliminated by the power of the gods of destruction. But I promise that it's not good to stay like this. Bulma was also very sad. At the same time, upset, would have called the Whis in Beerus's planet. Whis would have received several missed calls from Bulma. Mr. Beerus, I think they have already found out about everything. Do you plan to do something? I want you to answer the call. I'll have to give him a serious warning. After several missed calls, Beerus would have answered. The hologram of Beerus would be seen all over the Capsule Corporation. Listen to me, everyone. Goku is just a nuisance. I only did what a god would do, and that is to eliminate the people and planets that are a problem. I don't need to explain what Goku did. And just one more thing. If they do anything that could harm me, I will destroy the Earth, as well as Frieza destroyed planet Vegeta. I don't mind annihilating the entire human race. Beerus would say this with a very intimidating face. Vegeta, who couldn't stand his words, would say, I promise that this is not going to stay like this. You'll pay for it very expensive. Vegeta, don't talk nonsense. You can't face my fearsome power. Just don't do anything rash or else, see you soon. The call would have been cut off. Mr. Beerus, don't you think you're too hard on them? It's the only way for them to learn. Meanwhile, on Earth, all the Z-Warriors would have feel a great impotence for not being able to do anything because of their great weakness. I'm not weak. I will not be left behind. Need to train even harder, whatever it costs me. Maybe someday I can avenge them. It is hard for me to say, but I will swallow my pride. There is nothing I can do for the time being. Meanwhile, Frieza, one of his commanders, who was infiltrating Capsule Corporation, would have communicated with Emperor Frieza. In the meantime, on Frieza's ship, Mr. Frieza, we are receiving a call from Earth. He says it's very important. Frieza would get in touch with her servant. The servant would tell him everything that happened to Frieza and show him some recordings. The longer Frieza watched those recordings, his eyes would open more and more because of the impression, well, this can't be possible. Finally, Goku's vermin is no and will interpose my way. Without Goku's presence, I can conquer many planets. This is the best news they could have given me. Frieza would concentrate in order to feel Goku's ki as much as he could, but even though they were not so many light hours away, he would not be able to feel anything. The recording of the news seemed to be real. Apparently, I will never know anything more about that saying. Meanwhile, in the time chamber, going back to the present time, Goku and Gohan would start a strong training, thus gaining much better control of his ki veins. Gohan, even though he felt infinite loneliness, would not stop training. For now, my only objective is to beat my father in power. I don't want to be weak anymore. I don't want to be trampled by anyone. This way, more than 20 years would have passed. Goku and Gohan in all that time would have become much stronger. Thus, Gohan achieving the Super Saiyan God, until reaching the blue, being a step away from passing another transformation. I've become stronger. If I can combine the Super Saiyan Blue with my mystic power, I'll surely become stronger. On the other hand, Goku would have managed to perfect the Mastered Ultra Instinct, thus achieving 90% of his power. The more time passes, the harder it is for me to perfect the power of the Mastered Ultra Instinct, reaching 40, 50 and 60% was too easy, but reaching 90% became very difficult. I still have the hope that I will get out of here. Meanwhile, I will not stay behind. My son said that this humiliation will be returned by 1,000 to those bastards. Meanwhile, let them enjoy their momentary peace after a while. It will not be like this. My son said that this humiliation will be returned by 1,000 to those damned ones. In the meantime, let them enjoy their momentary peace after a while. It will not be so. Time would pass. More than 1,000 years would have passed in that room. Even though so many years would have passed, Goku and Gohan were still alive. Their bodies would not have changed absolutely nothing. The only thing that would change would be their mentality and their strength. When the time chamber was destroyed by the gods of destruction, somehow Goku and Gohan were still alive. The dimension of that room was still preserved. Perhaps the work of some strange force. The only thing that can be known is that time is paralyzed in that place. Therefore, their bodies do not age, and they do not feel any kind of hunger. Goku, the first 100 years, managed to control the mastered Ultra Instinct to 100%. After a few more years, he would achieve a new transformation. This was the Super Saiyan 3 Ascended. Goku would teach his son Gohan how to obtain the transformation of the mastered Ultra Instinct. After Gohan managed to master the mastered Ultra Instinct to perfection, another 100 years would have passed. The two Saiyans would be on par with each other in terms of power. If it wasn't for you, Father, I would never have obtained this great power, since you gave me your knowledge to become a god. One question, Father. Do you think this is our limit? Gohan, we Saiyans have no limits to our strength. I'm sure that after this transformation, a more powerful one will follow. How can you be so sure of that, Father? I don't know. I'm just guessing. We should try something. I want you to fight me with all your power. If you say so, Father, I will. Gohan would transform into Super Saiyan 3 Ascended. Goku would also do the same. The two Saiyans would begin to have an extremely fast and brutal fight. A mortal or inexperienced god would not be up to see this great battle. Suddenly, Gohan would throw a powerful blow to Goku in the face that would make him retreat too much. Goku would have drawn some blood from his mouth, but he would wipe it off. Your brute strength is not bad, son. But how about your inner strength? Goku would use his new ability, Eternal Divine Prison. A prison full of divine ki would have fallen on Gohan. In these 221 years apart from making me stronger, I have also experienced new techniques that could help me in the future. For example, this Eternal Divine Prison not only restricts the divine power, but also absorbs it. Gohan's divine ki would begin to be absorbed by the strange ability of his father. What does this mean, Father? Because you locked me in this. Son, don't you want to become stronger? Get out of my eternal prison. A great part of Gohan's power would have been absorbed by this prison. Goku would use mental power to make the gravity of the place increase 10,000 times more. The room would become completely red. I can't feel my body. My breathing is stopped. Perhaps my father has betrayed me after all this time. Father, take me out of this place. My body can't take it anymore. Gohan would start to scream because of the pain, thus seeing flashbacks of his past before he was locked up. Gohan, forgive me. The only way to know if we can have a new transformation is with you. You're the only Saiyan I know who can increase his fighting level so fast. Maybe in the future you will hate me, but I hope you understand that. Gohan's divine power would have been reduced to 0, thus returning to his base state. Gohan's eyes would turn white while he had an illusion of his daughter and wife being happy in a place outside of that room. What's wrong? Did I leave the room? Fidel, I'm glad you guys are okay. Apparently, Gohan had fallen into a mental illusion because he had run out of divine ki. Several minutes passed and Gohan was still in that momentary illusion. Goku wondered many things. Maybe I was wrong about my son. He couldn't get out the eternal prison. Meanwhile, Gohan continued living his life happily, when suddenly several gods of destruction appeared, killing his daughter and his wife. This can't be true. It can't be that this is happening to me. Gohan inside the illusion would begin to release a great power. Many rays would fall inside his body. The illusion would be completely broken. Goku would be able to move his ability, when suddenly a part of the dimension would begin to tremble. Gohan would let out a loud scream saying, "Damn gods, I will make them suffer for the death of my family." Gohan's eyes would have turned a shade of red, while a purple key would fall on him. The eternal prison was breaking little by little. What about my son? He's expelling immense power. I wasn't wrong about him. I'd better get out of here quickly. Goku's eternal prison would break completely. Gohan's blue hair would have changed to a shade of purple. His eyes would change to a shade of red. Apparently, Gohan would have obtained the Super Saiyan Purple God. Gohan's ki veins were throbbing strongly. Gohan, who was full of anger, would have lost consciousness, thus starting to attack Goku. Even though Goku was far away, it wouldn't take long Gohan to get close, thus starting to hit him over and over again. Goku would start screaming from the pain, thus telling his son to calm down. But Gohan wouldn't react, thus grabbing Goku by the neck. Goku would throw several energy balls in his face, but they had no effect against the Saiyan. My son's body became so resistant. If I don't escape from his hands, I fear I will lose my life for my own son. Goku's ki would start to glow strongly, leaving Gohan blind for a few seconds. Gohan would let go of Goku and squeeze his eyes. After 5 seconds, Gohan's sight would have returned to normal. The only thing Goku could do was to use his speed to escape from his son, since no skill or strange technique he possessed at that moment would be useful to him. From Gohan's hand would have come out a small ki sphere. This ki sphere contained a great level of energy. Goku felt that if this energy ball hit him, it could end his life. The energy ball would be thrown against the Saiyan, but when he was about to be hit, the energy ball would have disappeared. Some red rays would have started to come out of Gohan's body. He would start touching his head while he started to fly senselessly. Gohan's power would start to go down more and more. Apparently, his body was not ready for that transformation yet. His body would return to its base state, and then he would faint. This time, I was saved by miracle. My son could not control that transformation. Maybe it'll take him a few more years, but the only thing I know is that if I get that transformation, I will also have a fearsome power. The 1,000 years would have passed. Goku and Gohan, after 1,000 years, would have finally managed to control this transformation to perfection. I can't believe that we've been in this place for 1,000 years. After so long, we finally managed to master the transformation of the Super Saiyan Purple God. I don't remember what it was like out there. I haven't seen the sunlight in a long time, and my memories are still blurry. I feel like I'm forgetting the people that I really care about. Son, I also feel the same way. But the old thing that has kept me going all these years is the hatred I feel for those gods. Besides, we also need to find the culprit that made us stay in this place for so long, because naturally this is impossible. The world of the strong hides many secrets. Son, are you ready to finally leave this horrible place? Yes, Father, I'm ready. Goku and Gohan would use the Super Saiyan Purple God, thus increasing all their power. The time chamber would start to shake uncontrollably, half-hearted to seeing that nothing was happening, when suddenly the dimension of the time chamber began to break down little by little. Suddenly, a portal would have been created. Father, look at that! Or finally succeed in destroying this horrible place. Listen to me, Gohan. When I count 3, we will jump into that portal and we will finally be free. I ask that when we go out, you return to your base state. 1, 2, and 3. Goku and Gohan, after increasing their powers, would have jumped into the portal. After the two of them crossed the portal, it would have closed, thus taking them to Universe 6. These two Saiyans were in outer space, to then cover their body with a thin layer of ki to be able to breathe. Father, we've finally succeeded. Goku and Gohan would be in their base state. No god or angel would feel any strange anomaly in the universe. Son, I think it is time for revenge. First, we will go to visit the god of Universe 6. Goku and Gohan would have flown in great speed to the planet of Champa, arriving in just minutes. A creator would have been created on the ground of that planet. Champa, who was resting, would have felt that little tremor, so he asked his angel Vados to go and see what was happening. Vados, if it is Kaba or some of those, tell them that I don't feel like talking right now. I'm very tired.
As you say, Mr. Tampa.
Vados would have gone out of Campa's room to go outside. The outside was full of smoke.
I don't know who you are, but Mr. Camper doesn't want to see them today, so I suggest them to leave.
Goku would start laughing. We're not leaving here. We've been waiting for this day for a long time. Goku and Gohan would have come out of the smoke. Vados would be very surprised to see them.
Isn't he the saying of Universe 7? How the hell is he alive? And his son seems to be alive too. I saw how that place was destroyed by the gods. They should not exist anymore.
Vados would clench his fist tightly.
I'm sorry, but I can't move from here. My rules as an angel are to protect my god if necessary. Although I believe that you're not a threat, you're only a hindrance.
How can you be so sure of that? Son, just watch me. I myself will finish this, with this angel who doesn't know his place. Goku would have transformed into the purple Super Saiyan God, even though Goku's energy was so strong. At that moment, it would have not be felt anywhere since Goku knew how to hide it very well.
You think that because your hair changed color, I will be afraid of you?
Vados would throw himself against Goku. The angel would hit Goku in the neck. You better go to sleep until soon. The big punch would hit Goku's neck, but Goku would go on like nothing.
What's the matter? Normally he would have fallen to the ground, because I punched into anything to her.
That's all you got, Angel? I just felt tickled. Goku would kick Vados in the face. The angel would barely be up to dodge that kick.
Why did I have such a hard time dodging that? What the hell has he become?